social media and reality television has fed into this delusional culture of average people pretending that they are exceptional for doing the bare minimum, for achieving the bare minimum that a human being can achieve. And it's rewarding mediocrity that presents itself as greatness, or something special, or something once in a lifetime. And that is especially true in the LGBT community, stemming from ballroom culture, where literal homeless crackheads parade themselves in themed contests, all mimicking and impersonating and pretending to be something that they're not, and taking it very seriously, which is the problem, actually, which correlates and directly aligns with the whole idea of imposters, average people who haven't really accomplished anything, joining together, communing together, gathering together, to hype each other up in a way that is based on false narratives and untruths, like every category in Paris Burning, every pathetic character in that movie that talked about wanting to be a girl on a cover of a magazine, a fashion model, or a successful white person, or a business person, and the derangement and mental illness and I guess self-disappointment is so prevalent and pervasive and intense in these people that when they award each other stupid little plastic trophies for these made-up contests, these regional, citywide, borough, neighborhood-based, little tiny, itty-bitty contests, kind of like how children, like little kids, are given stupid little trophies in the classroom, or I guess you could say even as far as a trophy for best Halloween contest for little kids, which is basically what ballroom culture is, only with a little bit of acrobatic ability, a very minimal amount of acrobatic ability. It's not like they're Olympic gymnasts. But this toxic, and I guess that's why it's so negative when you really look at it, when you see how people behave, when you see the violence that actually happens in these queer spaces that are supposedly safe spaces and full of love and togetherness and blah 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 blah. When you see the real violence that these gay deluded idiots commit against each other, all the way to that Dorian person who had a dead body in their closet for years. And, like, that's supposed to be, like a cool thing. Like, murder and being an accomplice to overdose, perpetuating drug abuse and mental illness to these stupid people is supposed to them is allegedly something that is, like, worthy of praise and celebration. Meanwhile, they will go out and, like, post online or, like, march in the streets for equality and, like, perpetuate this narrative that they're innocent and all good people and victims of hate crimes, when it's just not the case. As a gay person myself, who even has experimented with a whole bunch of different substances, and has been firsthand, had experience and observation of these really toxic, evil people who hide behind a rainbow flag and their costumes and delusions of grandeur. All the while, the reality is they're doing nothing but performing in a YMCA auditorium somewhere, or in a dirty dive bar that's no different or fancier than any other generic heterosexual dive bar, only with, like, the same stupid dance songs playing on repeat by their divas who don't even really give a shit about them. You know, that they worship these stupid, like, female impersonator Hollywood mascots that may or may not even be the real talent that emerged when, you know, Cher or Lady Gaga or Madonna or Jennifer Lopez, Jesus Christ, any of these stupid female artists that could easily have been Melissa Vandella and Avril Lavigne, you know, just replaced by some body double lip syncing to tracks that have been cherished and loved by millions of people, by their little fans, who literally kill each other just to lie to themselves into thinking that they're somehow on the same level as you know, they're Hollywood icons, which, to be fair, they probably are, especially today, since most celebrity talent that is on the radio especially don't even really know how to sing. They can't even sing their own songs, and the choreography they do is very pedestrian and like TikTok dancing with just a lot of sharp gestures and stomping around and twirling, which is very similar to what goes on in these ballroom and bar scenes anyways. And this thought just came into my head because I'm just sitting bored in my room, making responsible decisions to just save my money and stay out of trouble and avoid those toxic bar people. But yeah, just to bring it all back, you know, social media and reality TV has done nothing but reward stupid people who haven't actually brought anything worthwhile or original or helpful to the table. Like, everything they do is self-serving and narcissistic and needing validation. that's where this is coming from, this rant, is that in the history of human beings, in order to actually win prizes or be recognized as someone great or worthwhile or, a true contributor to the community, you had to actually present something that was useful and helped other people, that improved the lives of others. And what I have seen in this experience, in this lifetime, and even the past lives that I remember, and using social media and reality TV as an example, there is more people out there demanding validation, demanding recognition for doing nothing, literally, and being nobody, pretending to be something better than they are, pretending to be the people in society who have actually contributed and actually made something of themselves and actually put in the work and time and real effort consistently on a day-to-day basis to make the world a better place. And these average, pathetic, delusional clowns who are as generic as the next clown, and their little friends and their posses and their tribes and their toxic fandom delude themselves and everyone around and really create a real danger in the community through their mental illness and erratic behavior and childish mindsets of claiming that they are somebody great when they're really not. I mean, it's just a slutty tube top dress that was either stolen, most likely stolen, cheap, tacky, fake jewelry, also most likely stolen, and a look that is supposed to be either referencing who these people want to be, but are, I don't know, too stupid or angry at the world, angry with how they look in the mirror, especially, which is the worst part, which is the most heartbreaking part of all, to actually do anything about it, or they are just wearing overhyped Halloween costumes, but this whole narrative that being a mediocre, like intermediate level costume designer and having your face on a stupid reality TV show or getting or clout chasing on the internet for the sake of validation, like an entirely selfish motivation, not trying to better anybody else, not trying to push society in the right direction, but it is completely self-serving, so that you can be rich and feel popular and feel beautiful. It's all about me, 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 me. I just think that has really poisoned and warped the minds of young people today, and I just see it as like this really horrible thing. And that's as somebody, again, who is gay, who studied musical theater, who lived in West Hollywood and San Francisco for 10 years of my life, and used to be a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, it's just so disappointing and unsurprising at the same time, because if you look at these people as individuals, based on their accomplishments, and their merits and their values as individuals, it contradicts what the communal mission statement is. And that's like with everything else, like with DEI and Black Lives Matter and God, I don't even know what, like, just like throw a stone at any political justice movement as of late. Since, I don't know, like, workers were fighting for union rights, I think that is probably the last honorable social justice movement that was out there, because everything else now just seems like it's all about me, and they don't even really care about anyone else in their community. It's all about validate me, give me what I want, fuck these people, they're my competition, and we're just like pretending to be kissy and friendly and whatever. And maybe after I've established myself enough, I might try and help somebody else in the process, as long as I can control them and as long as they are not actually a threat to me. And what embarrassingly materialistic and hypocritical lifestyle and achievements I want and feel I deserve and have barely accomplished for myself, really just because of the help and support of the people I aspire to be, and also at the same time hate. You know, it's just this horrible cycle of like, I want what those people have and I hate them because I'm not them, but those are the only people who are actually able to support and help me achieve my dreams of, you know, superficiality and materialism and like stupid popularity contests, because I lack the drive to make it happen for myself, which, as much as I also despise and am disgusted by the capitalist, consumer-based nepotism and just brutality of all industry, I at least am not immature and retarded enough to tell myself that I'm above all the bullshit, as I'm like literally begging for dollar bills and knee-high nylon stiletto boots and a 4-way stretch fabric that may or may not be covering my muffin top, depending on whether or not I've been able to steal Spanx from the local department store. So, yeah. I'm over this world. I'm over these people, like, from all walks of life, from all backgrounds. I'm over this generation. I've never been more embarrassed to be a human being ever. And I know there are other people out there who think like me, and God, I just wish that they would like save me from the painfully disappointing and just overall evil and brain numbing and brain rotting world and people that I am actually forced to live with and around every single day. So here's to the nuclear apocalypse. Here's to your stupid little store-bought trophies that really mean nothing. And here's to all the sad, pathetic, queer people out there, like, looking for a handout, all the while claiming that they are fierce and a queen and slay and a king. You know, you never know. But yeah, it's just, do you, boo, but I'm ready for this shit to be over. And the worst part about this whole thing, this specific cycle of abuse is that the rich people that these like poor queer people are so desperate to be, the straight rich people that these queer people are so desperate to be, because that's really what it is. They want to be like straight rich white women, or I guess rich white men, depending on the individual specifically. But those rich people, they don't even know that these queer people exist, and they don't care. Like, they literally avoid them, or they avoid them until they're on their TV, and even then it's like they choose to watch like Duck Dynasty or Monday Night Football instead of paying these poor stupid queer, like mentally ill drug addict people any attention, probably because they're poor and stupid and on drugs and homeless, and don't know how to live their lives as adults. But the other side of the coin, and this is even, I think, probably worse, is that they are aware and that they want to keep those sad, poor, ugly, stupid, drug-addicted, mentally ill, borderline homeless, gay people down and poor and under their control, so that they will always be fighting amongst each other. The queers will always be fighting amongst each other, just like every other chain of command type thing, every other corrupt civilization and society, because if there's one thing I have realized in this world, and just from my very specific but still kind of here and there experiences with people, is that when somebody gets control, they will do anything to hang on to it. And just like there is internal power struggles in this stupid queer community, the rich people that the poor gays out there want to be will also maintain the status quo and their power over the smaller, poorer, dumber person, desperate person, for the sake of keeping the cycles going. So they will throw a bone to one person. They create these reality TV shows and these stupid social media platforms to trick everybody into thinking that all they have to do is sell themselves on TV and do whatever the rich people want, whatever the producers want, and they will have their validation. And there is the problem. When your entire existence is based and dependent on the validation of others, you are a weapon that will be used against the community that you claim to represent and be a defender of, and or be a role model of, and everybody else in general, like the entire world. You are just a pawn, you are just a puppet, and you're selling out for a little attention, and for people to lie to you and tell you that you're something great and something special and something good, and on par with all the people that you are trying to present yourself as and pretend to be, when in reality, all you are is just part of the problem. So, how's that for realness? How's that for ballroom realness? Show me philosopher in tune with the status quo and typical human behavior, comparing and contrasting those who are immediately benefiting from the capitalist consumerist culture and those aspiring desperately so to be on that tax bracket. Ironically, billionaires who don't even pay taxes. So how's that for ballroom realness? Did I get a 10? 10s? I think so.